My fiancée whispered to her trainer, "After the wedding, I'm taking half and moving to Miami with you," during their workout. The gym owner is my business partner, and his security cameras have audio. I canceled the venue that night. She's still explaining to guests why there's no wedding. I, 34 male, own a small tech consulting firm with my business partner Vince, 36. About 2 years ago, Vince decided to open a gym as a side investment and asked if I wanted in. I put up 40% of the capital. He handles day-to-day operations. It's been profitable, nothing crazy, but steady income. My fiancée Jenna, 31, started working out there about a year ago. That's actually where she met her personal trainer, Nick, 28. Real friendly guy, always professional. Or so I thought. Wedding was supposed to be in 6 weeks. 200 guests, country club venue, the whole deal. We've been together 4 years, engaged for 1. Everything seemed perfect. Last Monday, Vince called me. "Vince, hey man, you got a minute? Need to show you something at the gym." "Can it wait? I'm slammed with client proposals." "It's about Jenna. You need to see this today." That got my attention. I drove over during lunch. We went to his office and he pulled up security footage on his computer. "So you know we upgraded the cameras last month? Added audio to the private training rooms for liability reasons." "Yeah? Watch this," from Saturday morning. He clicked play. It was Jenna and Nico in one of the small training rooms. She was doing squats, he was spotting her. Normal stuff. Then during her rest period, she leaned in close to him. Jenna, whispering but audible. "God, I can't wait until this wedding is over." "Soon, baby, just a few more weeks." After the wedding, I'm taking half of everything and we're going to Miami like we planned. The business is worth at least $2 million. Even half of his share would set us up nice. Nico, you sure he won't fight the divorce? Doesn't matter. State law is 50-50. I've been with him 4 years. Getting married makes it official. My lawyer said 6 months after the wedding is perfect timing. My stomach dropped. Vince paused the video. "There's more. Different days. Wanna see?" Me, play it. 3 more clips, each one worse than the last. Planning which condo to rent in Miami. Discussing how to transfer money without me noticing. Nico asking if she felt bad, Jenna laughing and saying, "Why? I put in 4 years of work for this payday." I sat there staring at the screen. 4 years. A con. The whole thing. "Vince, I'm sorry, brother. I didn't know how else to tell you." Me, download everything. Every clip with them talking. Email them to me. Already done. Sent to your personal email, not the business one. Me, thanks. I need to think. I went back to my office but couldn't focus. Kept replaying those videos in my head, the casualness of it, like I was just an ATM with a ring attached. That night, Jenna came home all smiles. "Hey babe, Nico worked me hard today. I'm exhausted but feeling great." "I bet. Final venue walkthrough is Thursday, right? I'm so excited. Actually, about that, I need to handle something with the venue. I'll go alone." "What? Why?" "We're supposed to taste the menu." Me, "Trust me, I got it covered." She pouted but didn't push it. Spent the rest of the night on her phone, probably texting Nico. I made some calls that evening. My lawyer, emergency consultation booked, the venue, the photographer, the band. By midnight, I had a plan. Update 1. The dismantling began immediately. Tuesday morning, met with my lawyer, showed him the videos. His expression said everything. "This is actually helpful. Shows clear intent to defraud. You're not married yet, so no divorce needed. Just end the engagement." "What about the business?" "She has 0 claim. Not married, not a partner, not an employee. The fact she's planning to take half is conspiracy to commit fraud, technically." "What about the wedding costs?" "Depends whose name is on the contracts. Good news, most were in my name since I was paying. Bad news, deposits everywhere." That afternoon, I started the calls. Venue? Cancelled. Lost the $5K deposit but stopped the remaining $15K balance. Told them there was a family emergency. They were surprisingly understanding. Photographer? Partially refunded. Lost $1K of the $3K paid. Band? Full refund minus $500 processing fee. Catering? This was the tough one. $8 already paid for 200 guests, but the manager had a cancellation for a corporate event that same date. Transferred the booking, lost only $2K. Flowers? Hadn't paid yet. Cancelled order. Total damage, about $8 in lost deposits. Expensive lesson, but better than losing half my business. Meanwhile, Jenna noticed nothing, still talking about flower arrangements and seating charts. The disconnect was surreal. Wednesday, she came home with fabric samples. Jenna, look, final options for the table runners. I'm thinking the ivory with gold threading. Whatever you like. You okay? You've been weird all week. Just work stress. Big acquisition possibly coming up. Her eyes lit up. Dollar signs, probably. Acquisition? How big? Can't discuss details yet. But it's good for the business? Very good. She practically skipped to the bedroom, probably updating Nico on their future payday. Thursday came. The venue walkthrough she thought was happening. Jenna, what time are we leaving for the venue? Me, actually, I already went. Everything's sorted. What? Without me? Me, had an early meeting nearby, figured I'd knock it out. I wanted to see the final setup. It'll be a surprise. She was mad but trying to hide it. Can't blow up at your meal ticket, right? That evening, I started the guest notifications, but not how you'd think. Created a simple message. Due to unexpected circumstances, the wedding scheduled for date has been postponed indefinitely. We apologize for any inconvenience and will be in touch about future plans. Sent it to my side of the guest list. About 80 people. Responses ranged from concerned to confused. Told everyone I'd explain later. Friday morning, Jenna's phone started blowing up. Jenna, what the hell? My cousin just texted asking if we're okay. Something about the wedding being postponed. Me, oh that, yeah, we need to talk. Talk about what? Why are people saying the wedding is postponed? Me, because it is. She stared at me like I'd grown a second head. Is this a joke? No joke, wedding's off. What? You can't just cancel our wedding. Already did. Venue, catering, everything, done. Have you lost your mind? The wedding is in 5 weeks. Was in 5 weeks. She started crying, big dramatic tears. Why would you do this? What's wrong? We can work through whatever it is. Can we? Tell me about Miami. The tears stopped instantly. Her face went pale. Jenna, what about Miami? You know, the place you're moving to, with Nico, after taking half my business. I don't know what you're talking about. Really? I pulled out my phone, played one of the audio clips, her voice clear as day. Even half of his share would set us up nice. She sat down hard on the couch. Where did you get that? Does it matter? That's taken out of context. What context makes planning to divorce me for money okay? It was just joking around. Gym talk. Joking about which Miami condo to rent. Played another clip. You recorded me without consent. That's illegal. Security cameras in a business I partially own. Completely legal. Try again. The entitlement kicked in full force. You know what? Fine, you caught me. So what? You think you can just use me for 4 years and I get nothing? Use you? I paid for everything. Your car, this apartment, your whole lifestyle. Exactly. I've been your girlfriend for 4 years. I deserve compensation. Compensation? You were planning to con me. It's not a con. It's what I'm owed. Do you know how boring you are? How many nights I had to pretend to care about your stupid business stories? That's work. I should be paid. The mask was completely off now. Me, pack your stuff. You're leaving. This is my home too. Your name's not on the lease. You've got 48 hours. Where am I supposed to go? Me, Miami's nice this time of year. I'm sure Nico has a couch. Update 2. The entitlement escalation was something to behold. Saturday morning, Jenna hadn't packed a single thing. Instead, she'd called in reinforcements. Her sister Tammy showed up around 10 a.m. Tammy, you need to fix this. Now. Nothing to fix. She's leaving. Do you have any idea how embarrassing this is? People already bought plane tickets. Then they should get refunds. You're ruining her life over some misunderstanding. Misunderstanding? Want to hear the recordings? Those were private conversations. About defrauding me. Not very private when you're planning crimes. Jenna emerged from the bedroom, dressed to the nines. Jenna, we're going to couples counseling. No, we're not. I already booked an emergency session. Dr. Morrison can see us at 2. Cancel it. You owe me that much. 4 years and you won't even try to work this out? Work out what? You were using me, admitted it on tape, planned it with your side piece. What's to counsel? Side piece? Nico's just her trainer. Played the clip where Nico calls her baby. Tammy's face changed. Jenna, what the hell? It's not what it sounds like. By afternoon, the story had shifted. Suddenly, I was the villain who emotionally manipulated her into this confusion. She started texting mutual friends her version. He's been controlling and distant. Nico was just a friend who listened. The marriage talk was just venting frustration. Now he's throwing me out with nowhere to go. My phone lit up with messages. Some people bought it, others who knew me better didn't. Sunday arrived, 24 hours left on her move-out deadline. Still hadn't packed. Instead, she'd been posting on social media about surviving emotional abuse and finding strength in difficult times. Then came the legal threat. Not from a real lawyer, from her friend who was in his second year of law school. Text from Jake, law student. Hey man, Jenna asked me to reach out. What you're doing could be considered illegal eviction. She has tenant rights. Also, recording her without consent is wiretapping. You could face serious charges. Let's resolve this like adults. My response, hi Jake, I consulted an actual barred attorney. Jenna is a guest, not a tenant. No rent paid, no lease signed. The recordings were made by security cameras in a business I partially own, with posted notice at all entrances. Please stick to studying for the bar. No response from Jake. Monday morning, deadline day. I took the day off work. At 8 a.m., started packing her stuff myself. Clothes in garbage bags, makeup in boxes, everything neat and labeled. Jenna woke up around 10, saw what I was doing. Don't touch my things. You had 48 hours. Time's up. I'm not leaving until we talk about compensation. Me compensation for what? 4 years of my life. My youth. The opportunities I passed up. What opportunities? I could have been with someone who appreciated me. Someone successful. Me, I own a business worth $2 million, according to you. She realized her mistake. That's not, just stop. Nico's expecting you in Miami, right? Don't keep him waiting. She made one last play, grabbed her phone, called someone on speaker. Mom? He's throwing me out. The wedding is off and he's making me homeless. Her mom, what? Put him on. Smirking, holding out the phone. Me, hi Linda. What is this nonsense about canceling the wedding? Me, Jenna can explain. Ask her about Miami. Miami? What about Miami? Jenna quickly took the phone off speaker, but I could still hear Linda's voice getting louder as Jenna tried to explain. The call ended with Linda saying something about disappointment and not again. By noon, her stuff was packed. Called an Uber XL. Where am I supposed to go? Me, not my problem anymore. You'll regret this when you're alone and realize no one will put up with you like I did. Me, put up with me while planning to rob me? It wasn't robbery, it was what I deserved. The Uber arrived. Driver helped load her bags. As she was getting in, she turned back. Jenna, the deposits for the wedding, I want halved. I actually laughed. You want half of the deposits for the wedding you were using to scam me? That money was for our wedding, which you were planning to follow with a divorce. No, Jenna, I'll sue you for it. Me, with what lawyer? The one you were going to hire with my money after the divorce? She slammed the Uber door. Driver looked relieved to leave. Update 3. The aftermath was illuminating. First came the damage control. Jenna went into overdrive trying to explain the canceled wedding to everyone. The stories I heard back were amazing. To her coworkers, I had a nervous breakdown and became paranoid. To her college friends, I was having an affair with my secretary. I don't have a secretary. To her family, I had gambling debts and couldn't afford the wedding. To mutual friends, we mutually decided to postpone to work on issues. The problem? People talk. When you tell 200 different people 200 different stories, they compare notes. Her cousin reached out to me. Hey, Jenna told me you have gambling debts, but my sister heard you were having an affair, and her best friend says you had a breakdown. What's actually going on? I kept it simple. Found out she was planning to divorce me after the wedding for money. Have it on tape, wedding's off permanently. Word spread. Fast. Then came the Nico situation. Turns out Nico had a girlfriend who worked at the same gym. A girlfriend who didn't know about his Miami plans with Jenna. Vince called me Thursday. Vince, bro, you need to hear this. Nico's girl Naya found out about him and Jenna. She came to my office demanding to see the security footage. You showed her? She's an employee. Had to know if there was workplace harassment. Let's just say Nico's no longer employed here. And Maya? Still working, and very vocal about what happened. Every gym member now knows the story. The best part? Jenna had been staying with Nico since I kicked her out, until Maya showed up at his apartment. Got this text from an unknown number Friday. This is Maya. Your ex is a piece of work. Found her at Nico's when I went to get my stuff. She actually tried to tell me they were just friends while wearing his t-shirt. At 2 p.m., girl has no shame. Saturday, Jenna tried a new approach. Showed up at my office building. Security called up. Security, there's a Jenna here to see you. Says it's urgent. Me, tell her I'm in a meeting. Security, she says she'll wait. Me, tell her it's a long meeting. All day. She waited 3 hours when security told her the building was closing. Then came the financial desperation. Got an email from her Sunday night. I need access to the wedding fund to get my own place. I know you moved the money. This is technically theft. I contributed to that fund. My response, you contributed $0 to the wedding fund. I have all the bank records. Stop contacting me. Her response, I contributed in other ways, planning, organizing, emotional labor. Didn't respond. Monday, the real entertainment began. Remember those 200 wedding guests? Well, about 50 of them had non-refundable hotel bookings for the wedding weekend. They started reaching out to both of us asking what to do. Jenna, in her infinite wisdom, decided to suggest people come anyway for a celebration of new beginnings. Essentially trying to throw herself a pity party at the country club on what would have been our wedding day. One small problem. I had canceled the venue. The country club had no reservation for that date anymore. Got a call from my aunt. Honey, Jenna just sent out an invite for a gathering at the country club on your wedding date. Says it's to celebrate friendship and resilience. Is this real? Me, there's no venue booking. She's inviting people to a parking lot. My aunt, oh dear. Should someone tell her? Natural consequences, Aunt Pat. But the peak entitlement came Tuesday. Jenna discovered that I had changed the passwords to all the streaming services. The meltdown was epic, according to her former roommate who still followed her on social media. Can you believe he changed the Netflix password? Like I didn't help pick shows for 4 years. That's basically ownership. And HBO, Disney Plus, even the Spotify family plan. This is financial abuse. The roommate sent me screenshots. Jenna was really going off about the theft of her streaming services. Final update. So it's been about a month since everything went down. The wedding date came and went. Let me tell you what happened. The celebration of new beginnings was a disaster. About 30 people showed up at the country club, mostly Jenna's friends who didn't get the memo that the venue was canceled. They found a very confused event coordinator and no reservation. Jenna tried to play it off as a mix-up and suggested everyone go to a nearby restaurant. From what I heard, about 12 people went, and Jenna expected them to cover her meal. The awkwardness was apparently legendary. But here's where it gets really interesting. Remember the business acquisition I mentioned to Jenna? It was real. We closed the deal 2 weeks after I kicked her out. Bought out a smaller competitor, expanded our client base by 40%. The business valuation she was counting on? Way off. We're worth closer to $3.5 million now. The timing couldn't have been more perfect. She based all her calculations on old numbers. Vince called me yesterday with an update on the gym situation. Vince, you're not going to believe this. Jenna tried to sign up for a membership again. Me at our gym? Yeah. Came in with this whole sob story about starting fresh, new chapter, whatever. I had to tell her she's banned. Banned? Bro, she was planning to steal from my business partner. That's a lifetime ban in my book. Fair. Plus Maya threatened to quit if I let her back in. The last I heard, Jenna was working part-time at a department store and living with her parents. Miami plans with Nico? Dead. He apparently blocked her after Maya confronted them. Moved back with his own parents to figure things out. She made one last attempt to contact me last week. Not directly, through her mother. Linda called. I know you don't want to hear from Jenna, but she asked me to tell you something. Me? What? She says she's sorry and wants to know if there's any chance of working things out. Linda, she planned to marry me just to divorce me for money. That's not something you work out. I know. I told her that, but she's my daughter. I had to try. I understand. For what it's worth, I'm sorry too. We didn't raise her to be like this. Not your fault. Can I ask you something? Were you really gonna marry her? Yeah, I really was. Loved her. Thought she loved me. She's an idiot. You're a good man. You'll find better. That actually meant a lot. As for me, I'm doing okay. Therapy helped process the betrayal. The business is thriving. Started dating again? Nothing serious yet, but it's nice to meet people who don't see dollar signs when they look at me. Oh, and I kept all the wedding gifts that had already arrived. Mostly from my side of the family anyway. Donated the blender and kitchen stuff to charity. Kept the nice whiskey. Lessons learned. 1. Security cameras with audio are worth every penny. 2. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. 3. Better to lose $8 in deposits than half your assets in divorce. 4. Good business partners will have your back. 5. Sometimes the best revenge is just letting people face the consequences of their own choices. To everyone who asked why I didn't prosecute for conspiracy to commit fraud, my lawyer said it would be hard to prove in court and expensive to pursue. The recordings showed intent but not execution. Better to just walk away clean. Jenna thought she had it all figured out. 4 years of work for $1 million payday. Instead, she got nothing. No wedding, no money, no Miami, no Nico, no home, no gym, and no streaming passwords. She played herself. And honestly, that's the best ending I could have asked for.